The search is continuing for a Middle Tennessee teenager who is the subject of an Amber Alert after she disappeared last week with a male teacher from her school. 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas is believed to be with 50-year-old Tad Cummins, who was a teacher at her school in Maury County prior to his termination last week following an investigation into alleged inappropriate contact he had with Thomas at the school in January. According to reports, Cummins was caught by another student kissing Thomas at the school on January 23rd, and an investigation began by the Maury County Public Schools and the Sheriff's Department. The only location that the two have been believed to have been located is around Decatur, Alabama. Approximately 250 tips have come in from 24 states, which is considered to be a low number for a case that has received a high profile. TBI investigators believe that Cummins and Thomas are keeping a low profile and could be in a rural community. Neither Thomas nor Cummins has had any contact with their families, despite repeated public pleas from relatives. Investigators also believe that Cummins may have planned the abduction prior to last week. Thomas is a white female with hazel eyes, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing 120 pounds. She was last seen wearing a flannel shirt and black leggings. Cummins is a white male who stands 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, with brown hair and eyes. He is believed to be armed with 2 handguns and driving a silver Nissan Rogue with Tennessee tag 976ZPT. Warrants have been issued for sexual contact with a minor and aggravated kidnapping, and Cummins has been placed on the state's top 10 most wanted list. A $1,000 reward has been offered for information leading to the capture of Tad Cummins. Anyone with information should call 1-800-TBI-FIND. The Greene County Commission will meet tonight. The commission will vote on authorizing for up to $10,000 of the General Capital Projects Fund to be used to repair the steps outside the Election Commission office. The commission will also vote on a resolution to allocate grant funding to make improvements to the Greene County Health Department. The funds would be used to provide a covered drop-off at the entrance, resurface the upper parking lot, and reline the parking spaces. The Greene County Commission meets tonight at 6 o'clock in the upper courtroom at the Greene County Courthouse. A woman is facing assault charges after she allegedly attacked a man at an Afton residence early Sunday morning. The 68-year-old man who lives at the home along Bill Martin Road said he heard a knock on the door, and the woman rushed inside and tackled him to the floor in the living room. The woman began choking and yelling at him to give her his wallet and money. The victim's wife and the suspect's 15-year-old son were able to get the woman off the man and convince her to go outside, and then lock the door behind her. Deputies arrived at the scene and searched for the woman, but were unable to find her outside the home or at her own residence. The victim, who was on oxygen and was incapable of defending himself from the assault, complained of soreness to his throat and had abrasions on his right shoulder. Charges of aggravated assault are pending against the suspect, according to the Greene County Sheriff's Department. A woman was charged with driving under the influence after she ran off the roadway and through a neighbor's fence Saturday night. 51-year-old Amy Norris of the 1700 block of Garrett Hill Road was driving in the 500 block of Garrett Hill Road around 9 o'clock Saturday night when her pickup truck went off the road, through a fence, and into a field. The property owner heard the crash and went out in his truck to investigate. The man said when he got out of his truck, Norris sped up her vehicle toward him but was unable to get out of the field due to mud from recent rain. Norris told deputies she ran off the road and lost control but does not remember what happened next. Norris reportedly performed poorly on sobriety tests and refused to give blood, resulting in charges of DUI and violating implied consent. She is due to appear in court this morning. This week is National Agriculture Week. The purpose of National Agriculture Week is to recognize the importance of agriculture for the economy and the population. Tuesday is National Agriculture Day. Ronnie Sartain of the Greene County Agriculture Today show on AM 1340 WGRV explains why agriculture is important to Greene County.
We have such dependence upon agriculture, and we have so many people involved in agriculture. It's one of the state's leading economic enterprises, across the state. And I know there's some statistics out there that says a manufacturing dollar turns over like 3 to 4 times in an economy, or an agriculture dollar probably turns over 6 to 7 times in an economy. So it's just so important to our local economy.
Between 2007 and 2012, the amount of farms in Greene County went from 3,061 to 2,529. The Agriculture Council of America has a set of core values that they think every American should embrace. Know the origins of food, appreciate how agriculture is part of the process in bringing safe and non-expensive products to the stores. Agriculture helps keep the economy strong, and consider careers in agriculture. In stories from over the weekend, deputies arrested a Mohawk man Friday for public intoxication after he was found singing shirtless near a school. 29-year-old Anthony Beach of Mount Hope Road was reportedly walking along Buckingham Road near Towering Oaks Christian School around 7:30 Friday morning. Beach reportedly told deputies he was on his way to Mossheim to pick up his bicycle after spending the night in the wilderness. Beach was charged with public intoxication and is due in court this morning. A Knoxville woman was arrested Friday for DUI after she reportedly drove to the Greene County workhouse. 27-year-old Rebecca Christian arrived at the workhouse to visit an inmate and appeared to be under the influence. She reportedly admitted that she drove from Knoxville to Greeneville after smoking marijuana, snorting cocaine, and drinking alcohol. A half-empty bottle of vodka was found in her vehicle. Christian was charged with DUI and public intoxication. Her bond was set at $1,300 and a court date is scheduled for this morning. The city of Tusculum will resume their recycling program next week. Jonesboro, who handles the recycling once Tusculum has picked it up, has developed a temporary fix to enable them to offload the Tusculum recycle trailer after the equipment used to offload the trailer broke down in February. It is not a permanent repair, and Jonesboro indicates they have still not made decisions on the future of their recycling program. For now, Tusculum is scheduling to continue their program, picking up on recycling on the second and fourth Mondays every month until Jonesboro makes a permanent decision. For more on our news, visit our webpage at greeneville.com and sign up for our mobile news alerts by texting the word news to 59457. With a look at your world of sports, I'm Jim Miller. The Lady Vols will face Louisville in the second round of the NCAA women's basketball tournament this evening. Lady Vols defeated Dayton 66-57 in their tournament opener on Saturday, while the Cardinals are coming off an 82-62 win over Chattanooga. Tonight's winner will advance to the Sweet 16 in Oklahoma City Friday night against the winner of tonight's game between Baylor and California. Game time is 6:45 this evening. Lady Vol Network coverage will start at 6:15 on AM 1340 WGRV. The women's tournament on Sunday, no upsets across the four regions. Notable winners include number 1 seed South Carolina and Notre Dame, along with number 2 seed Mississippi State. Tonight's games include Connecticut against Syracuse in the Bridgeport Regional, UCLA against Texas A&M. Also tonight, it's Stanford against Kansas State. Baylor will take on California, and Washington will face Oklahoma. The men's Sweet 16 is set after results on Sunday. Midwest region winners on Sunday, Kansas, Oregon, and Michigan. North Carolina, Kentucky, and UCLA were winners in the South region, while South Carolina and Baylor were victorious in the East region. Sweet 16 will start Thursday night in Kansas City. It'll be Oregon against Michigan and Kansas against Purdue. While in the West region, Gonzaga will take on West Virginia and Arizona will face Xavier. 4 more games coming up on Friday night with the Elite Eight Saturday and Sunday. Ryan Newman stayed out on the final restart and picked up his first win in nearly 4 years in the NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix on Sunday. Newman gained his first win since the 2013 Brickyard 400 and his first win as a driver for Richard Childress Racing, which won its first race in 3 seasons. Kyle Busch appeared to have the win locked up, but a late wreck by Joey Logano set up a green-white checker finish. Kyle Larson finished second for the third consecutive week, followed by Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Brad Keselowski in the top 5. Rookies Daniel Suarez and Eric Jones each had top 10 finishes. The Cup Series will race next Sunday at California. With a look at your world of sports, I'm Jim Miller.